Hello, welcome to another edition of the Pace Report. Reporting live here at the Jazz Standard for the official New York record release performance of the Yes Trio's brand new recording, Groove du Jour. Now, these three really got together about 25 years ago when they first moved to New York City, and pianist Aaron Goldberg, drummer Ali Jackson, and bassist Omer Avatal have played with some very important luminaries in the jazz game, ranging from the great Avisha Cohen to Wynton Marsalis and Joshua Redman. Now, this is their second album that they recorded, and this is 15 years in the making. And tonight I had a chance to sit down with all three of these gentlemen to talk about this brand new project, what makes them playing together so special, and talk about and reflect on some of the great trio musicians and recordings in jazz that they really took kindred spirits to when they put this project together. We have come a long way, Mr. Goldberg. I have followed you in many musical facets. I mean, you have cut your teeth both here and abroad. And tonight, the music world is getting ready to get the second taste of the Yes Trio.
Yeah, it's a pleasure for us. It's a reunion. We met in 1992, or actually 1991. I met Ali. In 1992, I met Omer. We were kids. I mean, teenagers. And I was talking to some friends about, what makes this trio special, and they hearing it from the outside, and they're sort of asking like, is that all that stuff? Is it arranged? It sounds free, but it's also tight. How can it be free and tight? And I realized that it's just from having known each other for so long. We know each other's musical personalities, and we can anticipate often exactly what the other guys are going to do, even though it's not arranged, it's not rehearsed, it's free. We're playing improvised music freely, but we have a lot of telepathy and a lot of self-knowledge and knowledge of our compatriots. So it has a certain kind of a risk-taking element that nevertheless always feels safe. It's this interesting set of dichotomies where it's like free and arranged, safe and risk-taking. It's traditional, but it's also kind of like crazy and contemporary. I like it. It covers all the bases. I like it. It's fun. We have fun every time.
Aaron, who were you channeling when you were writing for the trio, and also when you guys got into the studio? Because I told Ali, when I hear this project and I'm seeing you on the band stage, there was a lot of fire and urgency in this new music.
Yeah, Ali kind of drove this last project together with Vincent, the owner of the record label. So, when Ali moved to France, his son was playing soccer for a soccer team in France. And Ali, moved his entire life to Toulouse and started a relationship with this great jazz journalist who started this label. And Ali had the idea of, doing a project, our second project. We hadn't recorded in 7 years. So he brought a lot of music. He brought a lot of new music. I think I got to give Ali credit for kind of like bringing the music that created the fire in this particular project, and then once we kind of heard where his compositions were coming from, it was easy for us to bring that fire, because in part he was thinking of us when he wrote the compositions. I guess he was thinking of us. So he had a vision of what this band was going to sound like playing these compositions, and because we've known each other so long and we love each other and we have a deep understanding of each other, it was clear to us from the first second what this was about. So, I think that fire, Ali lit the fire, but the fire is in the trio, but Ali lit it. He gets the credit for that.
There's a lot of originals on here, but you guys do two standards. You do Dr. Jackal, which is a Jackie McLean standard, and I'll Be Seeing You, a beautiful, beautiful ballad that has stand the test of time. Why did you choose those songs?
So Ali brought Dr. Jackal. He has an arrangement of it, as he mentioned on the gig. Has some John Coltrane flavor to the arrangement. And I'll Be Seeing You, I think it was me that kind of suggested that one. It's a composition that can make you cry. There's a lot of beautiful versions of it, but it also is one that I like to play because it hasn't been defined by any particular version. There's a lot of people that have done it, but it still manages to be fresh, and there's a lot of different ways of approaching it, and we have an interesting take on it because it's very slow, but it's not a ballad the way we do it. So it's fun to play, and it's just one of those classic songs that plays itself every time.
Jackson, I have followed you for a long time. And I mean, first of all, it took you guys 15 years to do your second record. And you've been very busy. That's the reason why we understand why it took so long. But coming into this project, I'm seeing on the band stage tonight and listening to the project, there was a lot of fire in this project.
Absolutely, there was a lot of fire in the project. I was the extinguisher. No, I'm not. No, I mean, Omer and Aaron, they're brothers. I mean, we grew up playing the music together. I mean, I can't believe it's like over 25 years we've played together. And I mean, it's a joy. Like we've grown musically together. We've grown as people together. Um, ups, downs, playing a lot, not playing for a long time, but the common thread is that the love and passion for the music, and it's not cliche. I'm not trying to be cliche about it or anything. It's it's an honor to play with people that have the same belief in the music that you do.
Tonight I'm watching you guys. You guys are channeling a lot of the legends. I'm talking about the Three Sounds,
Hmm.
Oscar Peterson, his trio. What is it about playing in a trio setting that allows you to escape musically, both on the composition side and just playing as three people?
Well, first, trio allows. I mean, it's the foundation of most music in general, Western music. I mean, you have you know rhythm, you know, harmony, melody, and the rhythm section is the foundation of like any band. If you don't have a rhythm section, basically you don't have music. So with us, we channel not only the influences of all of the greats or great trios, Ahmad Jamal, Oscar Peterson, um, John Coltrane's great trio, McCoy Tyner, Jimmy Garrison, Elvin Jones, Miles. Just like so, there's lots of concepts or Thelonious Monk. So what we try to do is take some of our heroes, the concepts, and apply them in our particular way or take. So what happens is when you have common ground or common libraries or archives of music that you learn collectively, you can actually do things that are new because you're drawing from a certain the same well of information. And compositionally, I try to write things that showcase different elements of everyone's style or personality, and to make it interesting. You know, some things that are fairly arranged, but then at the same time they're not so arranged where it just gets to be this is a bunch of arrangements. So there's flexibility. And that's the thing with fewer people in music generally, you have more flexibility. So that sometimes it sounds it could be free. Like, well, how do you make it? We just actually had this conversation, Aaron and I, about some musicians came to listen to the show, and they was like, "Is it arranged or is it free?" So that means you're onto something when things sound arranged, but they're actually not. I said, "There's a new concept going on. It's called listening."
This is an incredible project, and I'm watching all three of you gel. And I've watched you guys from afar for many, many years in different capacities musically. And what makes this trio project so unique from all the other groups that you played with?
Well, like we said before, we were talking. The friendship is very deep, and the musical relationship, which goes back 20 something years, 25 years. We basically, me and Ali and Aaron grew up musically together, so like we studied the music together. We went through all of our initial growth in New York City together, many experiences with many different bands as sidemen together, our own individual bands as leaders with each other as sidemen, etc. So, and it just once you have something so strong that never stops or never dies, it just keeps growing. So at this point, I think it's just speaks for itself. The music is very strong, the connection is strong. We don't really think we're tight without trying to be tight, basically, and we have all the freedom inside to do whatever we want because there's a trust, there's an element of trust in the music and in life, as people. So I think that's what makes it very different. It's not just another concept or an idea; it's just actually life coming through the music.
Now, you guys, this is your second project, and on this project, you have four of your original compositions on this album. So tell me how the writing process comes together because you guys bring a very unique spirit to not only the instrument but this whole trio as a unit.
Yeah, we write our own compositions. Sometimes we have each other's in mind when we write. We just bring the music. We bring the music and play it. For this one, Ali wrote a few tunes especially for the trio, which was great. And some tunes I've been playing with the guys like Yes or Flow, one of my tunes that we've been playing forever. And it just, they make it their own. So, it's and we keep bringing new music. We play standards, and so it's just like I said, it's like a story of our lives. Basically.
You know what's beautiful about this trio is that you guys have are different nationalities and
Mm.
different cultures, and musically, you guys are on the same plane. This is should be like a progenitor for other musicians to do something like this.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's natural. I We met early on, and I think the love of the music, and the dedication for jazz, and understanding other musics, like and other cultures, and yeah, it just makes it very, very easy for us to connect. But we don't even think about it. But yeah, when you move, when I hear people talk about, yeah, we're from different places, but music is strong. Music is strong, and the dedication and I mean, that's the point of that's the spirit and the source of the music. I think that's why it should. It says that it's strong, that our connection is strong, the music is strong, and it brings us together and bring listeners together. It's pretty soulful. So I think that's how what it feels. With this group.
That'll do it again for another edition of the Pace Report. Reporting live here at the Jazz Standard here in New York City for the official New York record release for the Yes Trio's brand new record, which is now available on iTunes, Amazon.com, as well as Google Play. I'd like to personally thank the members of the Yes Trio, Aaron, Ali, and Omer. Also, please support them for their upcoming tour, which will be coming this winter as well as late fall. I'd like to personally thank the staff and management here at the Jazz Standard for their warm hospitality. Please visit my website, thepacereport.com, for my weekly column as well as my past segments, as well as like, share, and subscribe to my videos both here on YouTube and Vimeo. Until next time, remember if it's in the groove, it'll make you move. Till next time, peace.